And then I'm like, you know what? I'm going to just stop time for a bit. I'm going to try to secure some money and record my first single. And that's what I did. I took $1,500 from one of my friends that believed in me, obviously. And I recorded a song with a Lebanese producer. I took the song. I loved it. I believed in it. I work connection through people.
Walid, what day is today?
يوم finally ببلش كأس العالم.
حماس؟
كتير بس عم بيصير كان كتير في حكي على قطر very negative talk وأنا صراحة ما كتير يعني I appreciate that. تعرف أنه كرابت واشتروا كأس العالم لك whatever the case is ما بعرف مزبوط
بس مش إنه طلعوا القصص هلا يعني مش
يعني كتير بس يعني أنا كتير حسيت they got attacked from the west. You know what I mean? I'm proud that the World Cup is finally happening in an Arab country.
Finally, صراحة.
يعني that's a huge milestone.
It was bound to happen.
الحمد لله. يعني we have ambitious leaders وإن شاء الله بتصير بالإمارات شي نهار أو بالسعودية كمان. إن شاء الله.
بس في شيء أهم.
في شيء أهم.
Why don't you introduce our guest for today?
اليوم عنا guest إجا from a small town in Syria, made it to huge billboards on Times Square. His songs made top of the charts in many cities. أهلا وسهلا Wissam, كيفك?
Thank you guys. How are you?
Doing good. I'm
Amazing.
Very happy to have you here with us. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me. Actually, I'm really excited.
Our pleasure.
We're super excited as well. Wissam, how are you doing today? هيدا أول سؤال يعني بدي أسأله. Are you happy with the current situation, with where you are today?
Oh, it started very deep from the start. And I'm going to come tell me like, how is it today? It's good. But when you're ambitious, I guess like you're always going to be living in that kind of anxiety to do better. يضل عندك هذا التوتر إنه you do something big today بكرة بدك تعمل شيء أكبر. فما تفكر حالك إنك بيوم من الأيام إذا أنت طموح رح ترتاح. ما بحياتك رح ترتاح. بس تجيك لحظات when you're sitting بين العالم بس تكون بالمجتمع وتلاقي إنه أنا عملت هيك وهيك وهيك. You feel like you got the status, you got the success. The success is paying off.
Yeah.
And this is إذا بدك ال pay off اللي بتاخده. بس التعب والanxiety يعني أنا was driving here and I was listening to demos وعم بشتغل و you know there is no off day.
يعطيك العافية. لا definitely يعني especially if someone's ambitious بيضلوا عم فكر okay what's the next step.
Yeah, just like you guys, you're on a weekend today and you're working and you're recording. I mean, if you want to do something, you have to work for it.
You have to work hard.
Really
hard. Easy. What's the factor of one of the most important, let's say, factor of success? يعني أنت الحمد لله successful. So what do you think is like one of the most important things?
Persistence and consistency.
Love it.
Like that's it. Because بدي خبرك كتير عالم بتحب شغلات بالحياة بس مش كل العالم عندها القوة العقلية the strong mind presence ليكفوا بالشغلة. انت بتعرف اليوم انا بدي غني okay I record a song بعد يومين بكرهها and I feel like is it gonna work, is it not gonna work? I leave the competition. I go out of the race. While there are other people, let's say, بيسجلوا الغنية, they believe in it, they focus on it, they record a music video, they give it to the record label. The record label most probably is gonna say yes. If this record label didn't take it, it's gonna be another record label. They're gonna take it. It's gonna be promoted. This is a market. It will have huge potential. Like to be successful. While how many others record songs بيسجلوا أغاني in their basement and they go like but this is not good enough, I'll do better, but this is not good, and they never become mentally strong enough to say like, you know, this song I like it, I want to do it, let's do it, let me just at least finish what I started. People get bored, people have doubt, they lose confidence in what they do. And you know what I mean, like إذا أنت بحياتك مقرر تعمل شيء, you know, you will get to a point وبالبدايات كمان, not even like along the way, that you stop believing in what you do. بهيدي المرحلة you leave the race, you go out of the way, but there are other guys like, no, damn it, we're gonna do it. And then they do it, and then they become successful, and then you sit at home and then you go like, oh, they did this to be successful, and they did that, and they got support. No, they just focused. As simple as that.
They were committed.
I think like judgment is a big negative factor in our role, especially in our region. And دايما إنه we'll find excuses why others why other people succeed and why we don't. إنه دايما يمكن هن they have like this wasta or they have this connection that let them reach where they are right now, but they don't take accountability on themselves.
Actually, can we talk about something? Let's talk about Myriam Faris and the World Cup song. Myriam Faris featured Maluma and Nicki Minaj. This is, in my very humble opinion, okay, coming from the English world singing platform, this is, if not the biggest, one of the biggest collaborations or features in عملوا بالميدل East and North Africa. Remind me of an artist, I'm sure there are many, but to feature huge names like huge relevant names like Nicki Minaj and Maluma and be in the same music video. Myriam Faris looked great. She really looked great. She sounded great. She dances really well. And she worked her entire life very hard. Yani Myriam Faris has been a star for at least 15 years, at least, to say the least. She worked hard. And by the way, I'm not like her number one fan. Like, I like Myriam, but I'm not a hardcore fan. I have other Arab artists that I'm hardcore fan for, but not Myriam. But let's acknowledge the success and the hard work that this lady got, and let's just be proud. Look how the Western world is looking at Myriam Faris in the music video. They're going crazy. It's like, who's this beautiful, sexy lady dancing her heart out, looking all gorgeous and glamorous, while we see a lot of voices in the Middle East putting her down, comparing her to Shakira. Shakira was born in Colombia. She did a huge international, she got the platform, and you know what she got? She got a huge country believing in her. Yeah. Colombia believed in Shakira, and she came out and she became international. Let's just believe in our artists. Let's just be proud of them.
Exactly. And to push them. Let's push them, give them support.
Yeah.
يعني قد ايه هي أصلاً it's difficult to penetrate the international market.
100%.
And Arab coming to and penetrating the international market, it's already a huge success on its own.
100%.
فهيدي to the point of ماهر, يعني هل judgments, هل perceptions للpeople تعطي to put you down, why?
Exactly.
بالآخر نحن we should be the first people to support her. مش أنه okay بدك دايما في قصص بركي ما كتير نتفق مع, or like something was done in a way that we might believe should have been done in another way. Nonetheless, we still should support it. We still should push for that star that's coming from our hometown, that's coming from our Arab countries. يعني بدنا إياهم ينجحوا أكتر وأكتر.
I think Walid, you raised a very important point too. I'm really glad you highlighted it. إنه معك sometimes we look at things subjectively. يمكن أنا يكون عندي an opinion, maybe
exactly.
أنت you have an opinion.
Objective.
يمكن أنت عندك opinion. هاي subjectively, but when we want to penetrate the international market, we should stand as a unit, as an objective force, you know, and look at it إنه حدا عربي طالع. Let's all support them. Although يمكن أنا ما أكون her biggest fan مثل ما أنت you mentioned.
Exactly. But like, I respect that. I love that. I stand up for that. I'm proud of that. We just should stop hating. Like, we have so much hate in the Arab world that it's consuming us. Like, الكره بياكلنا. I'll give you an example. The first time I was on a billboard in Times Square, right? I saw comments on social media and I was surprised. يعني my song was charting in the UK. عم تطلع أغنية بيوروب عم تشتغل. نجاح متواضع إذا بدي أقول لك. يعني أنا I didn't do this يعني كل الكون بيعرفني أكيد لا. I'm starting. أنا اليوم مبلش الكارير تبعي بحس مثلكم, you know, in a way or another. Like, لأنه الميوزك والفن بحر كبير.
مظبوط.
يعني I'm not like Enrique Iglesias yet, not even close to. But this is my goal, right? So عم بنجح, عم بعمل أشياء حلوة. So when I was on a billboard in Times Square, في couple of صفحات عربية نزلوا الخبر, and I'm thankful to them. Of course, they supported me. And I saw a lot of the comments, like 50%, if not more, of people going like, imagine, oh, Syria بالحرب وهو عم بيغني برا. I'm like, what do you want me to do? أنا واحد من العالم اللي هربت من الحرب لعيش. Like if I stayed in Syria, I would have made a difference. I support my people بسوريا بمليون طريقة. ما في داعي اطلع احكي عنها. قول أنا كيف ساعدت أهلي بسوريا وساعدت my people.
Of course.
I don't need to say that. I'm a person. ولد طلع برا سوريا عمره 20 سنة يحاول ينجح, يحاول يعمل مصاري ليعيش أهله ليهي. فI saw كره كبير على السوشيال ميديا ما إله داعي. So I'm seeing that again. هلأ مع أي حدا بيعمل شيء عالمي أو نجاح برا, أول كلمة بنقولها ليش عالمي, ليش مين شايفه برا. At least مليونين شخص شافوه بتايم سكوير, مشينا
مينيمو. يعني
عم تفهم علي؟
يعني ليه بدهم يركزوا على النيجاتيف؟ بس هيدي كمان مشكلة بالسوشيال ميديا. يعني بيركزوا على القصص النيجاتيف وكيف بدهم يعلقوا على الواحد. يهبطوه.
I'll tell you why. لأنه بس أنت تكون قاعد ببيتك, منك ناجح بحياتك, عندك عقد نفسية, عندك مشاكل. and I'm saying that with so much love. يعني أنا بس أقول عن حدا عنده عقد نفسية, أنا عندي وشفت I see a doctor, بشوف طبيب يساعدني to understand myself, افهم حالي, افهم العالم. بس تلاقي حدا عايش بضغوط الحياة, عايش بلا نجاح, عايش بفشل. هذا الشيء مأذي للروح. يعني ما فيك تقول لحدا شاب أو بنت عايشين ببيئة منغلقة, حياتهم ما فيها نور. النور يمكن عندهم أنه هي تتزوج بس يصير عمرها 18 سنة وهو ما بعرف شو يعمل بحياته, ببلاد ما بتعطي فيز لبرا, ما فيك تسافر على ولا بلد, قاعد بهالبيئة التوكسيك. ما فيك تشوف حدا ناجح وتقول له أوه برافو عليك, I'm proud of you. How? You don't have the foundation for love. You don't have the foundation to admire success. You don't understand success. ما بتعرف شو هو النجاح أصلاً. So I get it. And I feel sorry for these people, honestly.
Yeah. It's difficult for them, I believe. كمان يعني بس أنا I like that you see their point of view. You know, like يعني we wish the best upon all people, of course. ما يعني لو واحد كمان يحط some type of hate, يعني في شيء جواته بيكرهه.
100%.
في شيء جواته بيكرهه.
100%.
let's hope هيدا الامount of hate بيقل. يعني كمان جبت سيرة قطر هلا everyone's hating on it. حتى there's Arab people including my friends hating on it. وأنا I always defend it. I'm like whatever means they did to get it, they got it. At least we can say now the World Cup is happening in an Arab country.
How proud are we? Do you see the traffic in Dubai because of that as well? The entire
Dubai
region.
ما بنقدر نتحرك. ما بنقدر نتحرك.
Exactly. Which is good. I told my mom, I was complaining كنت عم لها 2 days ago. I'm driving. I'm like, Mama, كتير like عجقة بدبي. Like wherever we go, like the roads are. That's better. That's economy. That's money.
Exactly.
That's life. She told me when she came after COVID to Dubai and the city was still on lockdown. She was depressed. قالت لي دبي بلد الكهرباء الحياة. أنا say كهرباء لأنه معنا كتير الكهرباء الحياة السعادة. إنه ما شوف حدا بالشوارع. She was depressed. So
definitely during the time COVID بدبي يعني بس they handled it well. حطوا هيك like a month super strict. بعدين
and then
easier. كيف كان COVID معك وقتها؟ كانت هالفترة
I wrote Shattered during
Shattered.
COVID. Yeah. 30 minutes يعني بالentire month finished. I wrote and composed Shattered and then
Hey, that's the one that you like postponed for
No,
3
it's
times.
This Feeling.
Shattered
came after the lockdown. This Feeling came in the middle of the lockdown. April, I think. April 2020.
ليه you postponed 3 مرات؟
My record label was suggesting, it's not the time. Like everybody is home worldwide.
But that doesn't make it the time.
It did. And then they were like, yeah. And then they were like, okay, you know what?
But it was a different time. You know, like أنه ما حدا كان معود على هالسيناريو. بس المهم you finally took the risk وطلعتوها. It was a huge hit. I love it.
exactly.
وسام إذا بس هيك بنغير شوي topic.
By the way, it was worldwide on iTunes 75. It was top 100 on iTunes worldwide.
أنا أغانيك عندي هلا كلهم top listens عندي. إذا بنرجع بس to the beginnings يعني you came from a small town called خلخلة. خلخلة.
أول واحد بقوله
صح. I do my homework.
لا اللفظ صح لأنه دايما على التي في بيقولوا خلخلة.
أوكي خلخلة.
يمكن بالعربي الفصحى بس انه هي خلخلة.
انت من هونيك you know better. how was it growing up in that town? What's one of your like fondest memories there?
It was very calm. It was beautiful nature. بالليل you hear hyenas outside in the هاي برا البيت عندكم, like because it was in the wilderness kind of like I think سكان when I was a kid 30 years ago I think population of that town was like 1,000 at the sharpest يعني يمكن ما كان في 1000 حدا. Life was simple. I used to wake up in the morning وأنا صغير أطلع لبرا like sit outside on a rock, ورد طالع حول الأقحوان, these beautiful like little wild flowers, بتشوف wild rapids like أرانب برية حواليك عم تلعب. Life was slow, smooth. The air was very fresh. There's a river next to the house that comes every spring. Life was good.
It's a total opposite of your life now. I feel like you're saying calm, relax. هلا أنت in Dubai where everything moves fast. There's always things go. Do you miss being there?
I do miss it.
And the calmness and the slowness.
I do miss it 100%. I do miss peace in general. لأنه اليوم we're all trying to be successful. We're all running behind something. عم نحاول نشتغل ننجح بالحياة. But at the end of the day, we're tired. We get to a stage where we're mentally tired. We need to switch off. And you go back to that. By the way, I have a technique that helps me sleep all the time. And I told that to my friends. I put يعني بحط راسي على المخدة and I start to imagine myself mentally and I developed a very strong mental capacity to take myself back to places that I love. So I start to remember how the air smells, how the nature feels like, how it feels when I'm sitting outside on these beautiful smooth rocks, and I go there and I sleep.
Wow.
It just helps me.
And how long have you been implementing this technique for?
For at least 10 years since I left Syria.
Wow.
Yeah.
So it's something خلاص يعني go-to thing before you sleep.
And sometimes I imagine myself بطريق بParis while it's raining بالبرد, and I just do that. Honestly, guys, it works every time.
Works, yeah.
Or imagine yourself in a beautiful scenario you want. You with your family or with your loved ones or anywhere in the world. Just imagine how it's going to feel.
Nice memories before you sleep.
Just on this point, do you believe in manifestation?
Of course I do. And I'll tell you a story about the Times Square story. In 2015, I was with one of my friends. She's a supermodel, a German supermodel. And she was on a billboard in Times Square. And I looked at that billboard on photos. I'm like, oh, I'm so proud of you. It's amazing. بيني وبين حالي شلت صورتها and I had my own photo on it mentally.
Yeah.
And that's my story. Like that happened. And I was like, I'm gonna look really good on this billboard. أكيد راح يطلع شكلي حلو على هذا البillboard. 2015, 16, 17, 18, I got my first billboard.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow. In a spot near.
You pushed for it. It happened.
Yeah.
Sam, I need your help شوي. So basically, you once mentioned that you missed something from Syria, and that is Suwaida, that is known for Hajar al-Aswad.
Yes.
Can you like elaborate what does it mean and like what does it mean for you, especially on a personal level?
Hajar al-Aswad.
Yeah. Suwaida is a volcanic city. يعني هي بيسموه جبل العرب. So في بركان طلع 100 billion years ago. I don't know. هلا بيقولوا بالأرض ما إلها billion. لا. We don't know yet.
We don't know.
So it's a volcano.
Yeah.
صار ارتفاعه 1800 meters above sea level. وكلها حجر أسود. So بس اللافا جمدت صار لونها حجر أسود. So it became like any volcanic place بتلاقي في حجر أسود صح؟ When it dries. When it dries and cools down. So الحجر الأسود هذا كتير حلو لأنه بيطلع فيه شجر مختلف. بيطلع فيه mushrooms مختلفة. olive trees live.
It's like a mystery box.
Beautiful. And it's so beautiful to see a land that's so black with greenery in and out of it. It's beautiful. And it smells different when the rain comes. بس ينزل مطر على الحجر الفولكانيك. It smells different. Yeah, it smells really
عبالي زورة.
If you Google it, you see it from the satellite. منطقة كلها سويدة من الحجر. It's gorgeous. Cool. Yeah, and rabbits, الأرانب بيعيشوا بينها والhyenas. Yeah.
Wissam, you always mentioned إنه أنت you were always like hopping from one thing to another, one endeavor to another, one milestone to another. I was wondering كمان لأنه you mentioned your childhood وكان عندك كتير peace of mind و life was slow. But on the other hand, did you like develop something like, if I may call it as a difficulty or a tough personal experience that made you or shaped your personality the way it's shaped today?
That's a very good question. Basically, I always believe that in life, بيصير معك like something like a wake-up call, like something wakes you up, changes you. Sometimes it's losing a family member, a partner, or whatever. It wakes you up. It makes you see life differently, instantly, differently. Sometimes it's a breakup. Sometimes it's somebody that rejected you at work or whatever. And you go like, you know what? I'm going to come back and buy the building you work in, right? Exactly. You have that. For me, it was pretty much when I came to Dubai in 2012, 2012. I came here with no work experience. I came here with no shahadi jam. I studied English literature, but I still have 5 tests to actually get the degree, and that was 10 years ago. And I never went back to Syria. And khalas, like I'm not a college graduate, even though I did 4 years fully and I was successful at that. So I came to Dubai looking for a job. You need experience. You need a lot of things. Like it's not as easy as people think. You just come anywhere just because the place has money, and then everybody's gonna welcome you with open arms. Oh, come, we have a job for you, right? And at the same time, I never had a job before that, so I never worked for anybody. I came here looking for a job. I applied for Emirates to be a cabin crew. It was a dream job for me. Like I wanted to travel the world and be a cabin crew. And again, I got rejected twice by Emirates. And I was looking for a job, and like there was no good salaries for me. And I understand. I was a kid coming to Dubai with no work experience, with nothing, with big hopes and big dreams, right? So I got jobs for like a couple of thousands dirham here and there. And I'm like, I always saw myself in a different place, in a different position. I want to do something bigger. I want to. So I went through very bad depression when I was here on a visa. I actually thought I had very dark thoughts, honestly. Like I was crying. I was like just walking the streets crying. Imagine leaving your nest, your house in a protected area. My mom and my dad are very loving. They worked so hard. So at least me and my brother not need anything, right? So we had food, we had everything, and then you go back to you go out to the real world. You're unprotected. You know how hard it is to actually work and feed yourself. You come here, whoa! I'm not ready for this. I'm not really ready for this. So I went through a very dark period of time where I saw that the world is not as beautiful as I saw on MTV. It's not as beautiful as I saw on VH1. It's whatever. This is not the real world. The real world is you trying to find a job to actually support your family. And then my mom called me and she's like, you're not gonna come back from Dubai before you find a job. At least get $200 a month for us back in Syria, because we were in need actually. It was very shocking. They were the hardest 3 months of my life. And then you know, I had friends supporting me for the other 3 months that followed. So I'm 6 months in the country. And then I'm like, you know what? I'm going to just stop time for a bit. I'm going to try to secure some money and record my first single. And that's what I did. I took $1,500 from one of my friends that believed in me, obviously. And I recorded a song with a Lebanese producer. I took the song. I loved it. I believed in it. I work connection through people. You know, I presented myself as a star. I'm like, hi, I'm Wissam Hilal, you know, and I have a beautiful song. I want to take it and try to play it on melody and like give it to the label, sign it to the label. And then they were like, oh, you know what? Yeah, give it to me. Why? Because I was confident. Because if you don't believe in yourself,
no one will believe in you.
Who's going to believe in you? Listen, people are most probably to put you down. People don't like to see success. When they see success in you, they feel threatened. Not that you're going to take anything from their way, but they feel threatened.
Exactly.
You know? And then the song reached the label and the song started playing and success came from every left, right, and center. Like success just started to come and recognition and
such
things happen. And then I never worked for anybody.
I love the story. I think there's two things. يعني أول شيء لا تكرهوا شيئا لعله خير لكم. I love it. يعني you mentioned you got rejected. بس you kept pushing. Let's say you got that Emirates job. Maybe we'd have never seen Wissam Hilal multiple hits.
Yeah, because you get stuck in corporate jobs in general. You get stuck in
exactly.
most of the time.
The second thing is you taking the leap. يعني you took the leap. خلاص you believed in yourself and you
went for it.
حكيت رفيقك لقيت solution. عرفت هو دايما فينا نطلع على المشكلة أنا أوكي خلاص ما معي مصاري ما فيني أروح أعمل شيء هيدا حياتي. لا طلعت أنت beyond that. قلت أوكي كيف فيني حلها هيدا رفيقي بيأمن فيه خليني أشوف لو فيني أخذ منه a bit of money وهيدا. It's an amazing story that you went through. وهلأ looking back at it you من الصبي اللي كان يمسك الميكروفون الريموت ويعتبره ميكروفون وينطنط على التخت وهو صغير. وهلأ يعني شو بدنا نحكي music videos, billboards, top charts. شو الإحساس؟
Another story about the microphone. So I had a fake Shure microphone, you know Shure, the brand.
Yeah, of course.
So I had a fake Shure microphone, right? That I got it for like a couple of dollars from my city. And then I had like a stand and I used to record songs on the computer. I still have the record. I have like a 100 unreleased track from when I was like, like I listened to them and I'm like, I cringe, but I go like, they kept the dream living.
Exactly.
Right? This is one thing. Whatever you do, keep it alive. Anyway, so and then a couple of years ago, I did a collaboration with Shure. They gave me a microphone signed by my name from the original brand. And then the brand follows me on Instagram and I have good relationships with the brand. And then, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So things just like, and I'm asking my mom, I think I still have the fake Shure microphone in Syria.
God works in mysterious ways.
Yeah. It's the same microphone I used in Be The One.
Oh, really?
It was that collaboration, yeah.
Oh, okay. Super cool.
Which I have my name in it in red.
That is definitely a nice story. Your mom, you mentioned her a lot. You're very close with your mom.
I am.
Was she from the beginning very supportive of you following this artistic path?
No, but she was not against it. She just did. Okay, think about it that way. You live in Syria, in a city with no culture of English pop music in general. You have no foundation. No one, as I know before, has really done something similar. So your son, who's a kid, is telling you, I want to be a singer. Your son doesn't have the biggest vocals. صوته مش أحلى صوت بالعالم. Your son is not the best looking guy ever. He's just very average. And you don't have money. And you live from the capital 2 hours driving from the capital of Syria. And then it's difficult for us Syrians getting visas almost anywhere in the world. So again, your son is telling you he wants to start going to Lebanon and يصير فنان ويصير فنان عالمي. Get a fucking job. Right? Get a job. Leave this, study, focus on studying, and then things will happen. So that's why I stayed in college until I'm 21, 22, until I finished basically. And I left chasing my career. And then when she saw things happening, she was very realistic, to be honest. She did not she comes from a, يعني فكروا انتم بالموضوع. عرفت علي؟ ابنك يجي اليوم يقول لك بدي يصير أنا أشتغل مع ناسا وبدي أطلع على القمر. اوكي good but ماما بنت رفيقي هلا بنت رفيقي خالد is telling him so and he's like Wissam I don't know what to do. They live here and they're from Sweden. and he عم بيقول لي شو بعمل معها like عم بتقول لي بدها تطلع على القمر وبدها تشتغل مع ناسا وبدها هي. قلت له believe in her just let her do her thing. But I see it from his perspective. I'm like, what if she doesn't succeed here? She needs to have a job. She needs to have an education. She. So yeah. And then when things happen and when they started seeing me on television and TVs and whatever.
وقت قطعنا. شافوا على الTV. صار على الTV.
I feel like it's always like what your mom was thinking about is a bit rational, you know, for all the reasons that you mentioned.
أنت
مثلا شو بتعمل وليد بهال situation؟ حتقول إنه I don't want to kill the dream. But what are like the tangible things I can hold on to لا صدقوا لابني.
لا أكيد it's difficult. It's difficult. يعني لأولادك بدك إياهم ينجحوا.
أكيد. هلا I want to switch gears شوي ل your relationship مع your dad. So obviously your dad used to travel a lot. He used to go to Kuwait and come back a lot. How did this long distance relationship between you and your dad serve you? And like what impact did it have on your life growing up?
Not well at all.
Not well, yeah.
Like we barely lived together. Like he used to come كان يرجع على سوريا شهر بالسنة I think. So we used to see him like 1 month a year or 2 months, let's say, just like any person that works in anywhere, you know. So you have like 1 month vacation, you go back to your family. I appreciate that. We're very like right now we're close but not on a very deeper level. You know what I mean? Like no, I love him. Like we're friends. We go enjoy our time together. We travel together. We go anywhere. He's proud of me. I'm proud of him. We're amazing. But that connection that I have with my mom grew from me seeing her struggle for the past, let's say, 22 years before I traveled. And I just started to take things, you know, take lead of things. So we're good. He's amazing. But definitely with my mom, like my relationship is way deeper.
أكيد يعني خاصة أنه كنت قريب حد أمك وعم تشوفك اليوم.
أكيد.
It's also good from your side that you appreciate أنه هو كمان كان عم يشتغل وكذا. يعني I'm sure he wanted to be هيك close to you. يعني أنا I know many people here, Lebanese, Syrians, Egyptians. يعني they work here obviously. Their families are back in their home country. يعني it's very difficult for them. بيقولوا لي يعني I wish I could be there more. بيروحوا كمان شهرين 3 بركي maximum. It's hard work. It's difficult for both parties, for the children and the parents as well. Wissam يعني أنت your homeland Syria وكمان لبنان بتعتبره كتير قريب على قلبك.
بلدي.
Exactly.
I equally consider Syria and Lebanon بلدي.
Exactly.
Like both.
They're so similar يعني أصلاً. كيف إنه شو إحساسك؟ أكيد مش إحساس كتير حلو بس إنه هلا الوضع بسوريا يعني it's very bad يعني إن شاء الله هلا شوي صار أحسن. ما بعرف بس مثلاً بالضيعة تاعيتك كيف الوضع وكمان بلبنان you can see it crumbling down يعني وبعدها لهلا.
So sad.
What's your take on this يعني what's your feeling and what reaction?
ليك I hear يعني أنا بسمع شو عم بصير بسوريا من أهلي ومن أصحابي. أنا منزلت من 2013 was the last time I visited for many reasons. أهلي بينزلوا بيجوا على سوريا. I know the situation is really bad. There's nothing I can say about that. It's just feelings. It's sadness. يعني في حزن على الموضوع. في حزن على العالم. I try as much as I can, me and my family, to support أي حدا بيطلع that we can support them even down there, whatever we can do to help. We try our best. And a lot of people that live outside of Syria عم يبعتوا support وعم بيحاولوا support يدعموا
أكيد
الناس اللي تحت. أنا بتمنى إنه الوضع يتحسن بسوريا قريبا. الحمد لله هلا الحرب خلصت I guess يعني عم تخلص أو يعني صار الموضوع هلا infrastructure بدها ترجع تتعمر بنى تحتية بدها تتعمر. إن شاء الله يصير الموضوع حلو وتتحسن الأوضاع. When it comes to Lebanon أنا نزلت على لبنان من 3 شهور تقريبا من شهرين. صورت ميوزك فيديو صورت فيديو كليب. It broke my heart إنه يعني سائق التاكسي let's say بياخدك مشوار 20 minutes بأوبر وبيطلع الفي تبعه 120 ألف
which
means
what,
$3
$2 هون بتطلع بالكاب بدبي $4 بركي literally بتبلش هيك.
بس هون لأنه في مصاري
exactly,
عرفت علي؟ تحت ما في مصاري والليرة جدا تعبانة
حرام.
and people are going through a lot. It just made me sad لأنه يعني هذا الشيء مش لازم يصير مع أي شعب بالعالم. Let go of the Lebanese who are very nice and modern and يعني بصراحة لبنان من أجمل الدول العربية ومن أجمل you know دولة منفتحة دولة الناس فيها حلوة الناس بتحب الحياة الناس بتحب يعني أنا شفت لبنان when it was like vibing والحلو الجو كتير and what
على البيك وعلو صح.
It's just very sad كمان.
It's عن جد it's heartbreaking مثل ما أنت عم بتقول يعني. كمان على سوريا يعني حرام عن جد كان بلد كتير قوي عرفت it had beautiful places يعني عندك هلا مناطق مثل حلب مثلا انه it's in ruins كان عندك مثلا يعني historical monuments راحوا
تدمر تخيل تدمر من أقدم المدن موجودة بالتاريخ ما بعرف هلا قد ايه بعد ما ايسس ضربوا فيها و I don't know what's left they robbed المتحف تبع تدمر الميوزيوم تبع تدمر أنا رايح عليه قبل في mummies تبع Egypt. It's that old. The Nubia like the queen is I think the same Roman Empire Egypt and the Nubia in the middle of the Syrian desert so
إن شاء الله your village wasn't like
no السويدة بشكل عام was quite excluded from the we got
it was on the big cities.
Slightly hits from ISIS on the north sides of it I guess but north or south south but
no it's a small village maybe alhamdulillah
my village was fine but the city got like some on and off
الله يحسن الأحوال
إن شاء الله
هذا الشيء اللي بنقوله يعني ما عندنا شيء تاني نقوله ليك هل سؤال وليد خلص هيدا لإلك بدي اياك تسأل عن relationships ولا
أنا I wanted to ask you and what's your take on relationships in general on love عرفت كيف because يعني مثل ما قلت there's many turning points in life sometimes love is one of these turning points واحد بيقدر ينأذى he could be vulnerable with love فوانت أغانيك كمان your music كتير فيهم بيحكوا عن love and they're deep music يعني they're deep the lyrics is intimate يعني harmony my number one this feeling كلهم بيحكوا عن like relationships عرفت شو قصدي فأنه what's your take on relationships and love in general
I think when it comes to my music I talk about the generic love in a very deep way يعني be this feeling be shattered it's all about emotions about the roller coaster of emotions الأحاسيس اللي بتمر فيها بأي break up أو بأي علاقة أو بأي شيء بيصير معك بس my actual take on relationships is quite logical and quite more in depth. I think that relationships should be always done for the right reasons. Yani before you go into a relationship, you have to actually love yourself, respect yourself, value yourself, have a proper job because you need something to always fall back on. You need something that makes you feel fulfilled. Most people go into relationships with so many issues, with so many emotional packages, with not being happy with themselves, and then they find that partner and they think إنه نحن الحياة رح تصير حلوة because of this person, and they put everything on that person. So when that person gets mad or turns away, their entire existence collapses because they don't have anything to fall back on. بس تكون أنت ناجح بحياتك، بس تكون عندك شيء الصبح بتفيق that you look forward to. بس يكون عندك surround like support system of friends, of family. Their relationship is gonna happen and it's gonna be very healthy. لأنك you're not going to be attracted لحدا عنده هال-emotional packages. You're gonna like, oh, this person is too much for me, I'll run away. The same way أنت بتكون بدك تكون مع حدا لتعطيه حب, لتعطيه what do you call it, security, safety, and take that back without you having this need to take so much from that person that maybe doesn't have to offer, and vice versa. So that's why people get into toxic relationships.
Yeah.
So the other person starts using them because he realizes that the need of them, taking them for granted, they're going to be there anyway. And I see it every day.
So, like, in other words, is it safe to me to say, like, based on what you're saying, you have to, like, give, putting into mind that you might not receive back what you're looking
100%.
for.
100%. But when you're fulfilled, أنت شخصيتك مرتاح مع حالك وبتحب حالك, you give without asking and you don't expect anything in return. But in relationships are always conditional. Let's just not lie to each other.
They are. لا آخرة النهار شو عن جد إنه إذا ما فيك تأمنها, ما فيك تظهرها, ما فيك عرفت كيف put her, let's say later on your kids in the right schools, right?
Selfish. صح.
إنه it is conditional. شو
Very.
إنه لا بنت ما حتطلع عليك بس.
Exactly. Love lasts for a couple of days. It's the life you create together. What you offer to this life and what she offers to that life. كمان أنت, you don't want a lady that's just like sitting home filing her nails all day long.
Exactly.
She needs to support you. And you look at Jeff Bezos and his ex-wife. They made the hundreds of billions of dollars empire. You know, they work, both of them. Look at Bill Gates and his ex-wife. كله access. Exactly.
مزبوط.
So they build it. They're like together, hand by hand. They became successful, and and always you need someone that believes in your dreams. Like إذا أنت مع وحدة that doesn't believe in this podcast you're recording, don't be with her. Don't be with her. She's gonna poison your dream. Your dream comes first. أي حدا partner بالحياة, شاب أو بنت, over a word they could leave you, over anything that could leave you. The only thing you're gonna fall back on is your career. You're gonna wake up and go like, well, I'm successful, I can travel, and I can look at myself in society and what my status is like. You know,
you're
don't
valuable.
go into a relationship with this mentality, but bear in mind that when you're successful, nothing else is gonna.
You have the upper hand. Let's say it.
Nothing else, and you need a successful person at the other hand as well. You don't want an emotional dependent person that كل يوم إنه بدها no, بدك حدا يكون مشغول بحياته.
حدا يدفشك كمان. بدكم تدفشوا بعض لتنجحوا.
وأنا very deep topic.
يعني نحن هيك وهيك بس هلا your songs يعني are they based potentially on like experiences you've been through or not necessarily?
Shattered is yes.
Shattered.
It was it was a relationship I went through and I wrote that in the lockdown.
Definitely.
And that's why it's the only song, and it's the only song that I wrote and composed that I released.
Yeah, and that's why it was so super successful, you know, because it's genuine. يعني.
That's good.
As I know, it must have been كمان difficult. بس maybe آخر سؤال يكون شوي ديب, بعدين بننقل عش قصص ثانية. إذا كان بدك تكتب هيك رسالة لحدا أذاك بالحياة, what would that letter include?
I have the answer already, and honestly, like مش عم حاول كون مثالي بالحياة أو شيء, بس وليد, you get to a point بالحياة that you don't care. You don't care. Whomever, whatever they've done to you, you don't care. Because they've done whatever they've done to you because of if إذا الشيء اللي عملوا لك إياه هذا الشخص عمل لك إياه كان سيء, then أنا وصلت لمرحلة بحياتي أعرف إنه هذا الشخص عمل شيء سيء لأنه he's or she's been going through a lot. So هدول الأشخاص اللي أذوك هني مأذيين. So you get to a point where you just wish them all the best. ما قتلوا لك أهلك, so it's not that big of a deal. Honestly. Like,
yes, I agree.
Yeah. يعني إذا كانوا حكوا عليك بالسيء, it's just because تخيل أنت قديشك أنت مش مرتاح مع حالك لتكون قاعد بمحل عم تأذي حدا أو قاعد عم تحكي بشي سيء عن حدا. قديشك أنت قديشك بثارك. قديشك مثير للشفقة عن جد. You get to a point, وكمان استعمالي لكلمة pathetic مش بطريقة مهينة.
عم تطلع
It's مثير للشفقة فعلا. بتخلي العالم تشوف العالم إنه إذا حدا أذاك لدرجة إنك بدك تحكي له شيء، واللي أذوني مش أمي وبيي in order for me to have something actually to say. There are people that don't matter.
الله يسامحهم.
حياته بيروح. I don't care. سامحهم. I wish يسامحهم.
إن شاء الله.
I really don't care.
Perfect. I want to switch gears هلا شوي من the deep talk that we're having, emotions, feelings, relationships, to one of the hottest people in the entertaining and music field industry, Dua Lipa.
حبيت كيف قال أنا hottest.
Yeah, no pun intended. So basically, you once mentioned that the cover of Dua Lipa, Be The One, means a lot to you. Can you elaborate why?
Who he sang the Be The One cover?
Yeah. Be The One, I listened to the song the first time when Dua Lipa when I had more followers than Dua Lipa, I remember. I think she had
You had more followers than
before she
like a couple of years
before.
back. Yeah.
Oh,
no,
that's
Dua Lipa was like, she had like 500,000 followers. I had like 600. And I listened to the song on the radio and I'm like, whoa, damn, such a good song.
Yeah.
I YouTubed the song. Wow, beautiful music video. It has 2 music videos, by the way. And I'm like, what a wonderful artist. شو حلوة, شو حلو صوتها. And the song is توزيع الغنية, the chords, the melodies, her emotions penetrates your soul. It's so amazing. Like, hands down, like, beautiful song. سمعت للغنية and it stayed in the back of my mind. Like, it touches me. Listen to the lyrics. Such a beautiful song. And I'm like, you know what? I'll record it one day. So it took me some time to talk to a producer in the UK who actually came to Dubai. And he's the one that gave me COVID, by the way. he brought it from the UK. It was a new variant. And he was coughing in the car. I'm like, Jack, are you okay? She's like, yeah, I just did a COVID test in England. So I'm okay. I'm like, third day, he was like, I'm like, he said it. He said, whatever I have, you have now. I'm like, yeah. So we recorded that song. He produced the instrumentation. And I did it in a complete opposite way.
Yeah.
And thankfully it did well.
Really
it did better than I thought it would.
It's a very beautiful song. بس انه يعني دوا ليبا هو انت حبيت الكلمات اكتر شيء بهالغنية. Did you like her as an artist before you heard that song, or you just connected with the
melody? Yes, the melody, the lyrics, the flow.
Hey, بس انت لعبتها بطريقة رايقة. The way you played it is in a very different way than how she sings it.
Yeah, but because her voice is very pitchy, like very high. And I just wanted to do it like really low,
exactly.
down, you know. And there's no. سمعت online ما في حدا عملها بهي الطبقة. I'm like, yeah, I need to express it my way.
And were you able to reach out to her, or did she reach out? صار شي?
No, nothing.
I know it wasn't the objective, probably.
Yeah. No, I love the song. I just did it just because I love it.
Definitely. يلا بس إن شاء الله بركي بنرجع بنوصل لها إياها through this podcast. نعمل snippet Dua Lipa. Listen to this cover.
Yeah, a lot of my fans tagged her with a song. I assume
she saw me.
Yeah. And the song got so many views on YouTube.
I think أكيد there's a big chance she saw it. You say Dua Lipa is a fantastic singer. Can you share with us some fantastic moments you had in your life? Maybe the most like wonderful moment you had in your life. By extension, a transitional moment.
Yeah, I know. It's not hard to tell. Actually, the most wonderful moment and impactful thing that ever happened to me is when I took my mom first time to Europe. Like, it was not even a dream. It was further than that. Like, for us to go to Europe, for me to go to Europe, it was like not even a dream. It was something. Right? It was something like, Paris? Well, we see Paris in books, right? Like Madrid, Barcelona, Germany, like we see that in books. When I took her to Europe and we were like boarding the flight, and how did I even get my mom a visa to go to Europe? Like, that was a massive question. And now we're going to Europe and we can afford Europe? What? Like, we can go stay at a nice hotel and take her for shopping? What? Like, this is something that يعني, it was even larger than a dream for me, you know. So when that happened, until today, like, we travel a lot and we go and we do stuff, but it was still the happiest moment of my life. And still, when I take my mom to like when we traveled and I make her see the world, I feel like God gave me that just so I can pay her back for everything she's done in life.
That's amazing صراحة, memory, amazing moment. يعني I think we underestimate that عن جد Wissam came from a very small village. يعني اوكي انا ربيان بيروت, it's a city, بس انه coming you know from a village it's probably different. يعني عرفت انه انت coming from خلخلة و Damascus, it's two different things. فانه coming from there and then being able to take your mom, يعني I felt the fulfillment in it. You know what I mean?
It's beautiful. It's beautiful, especially like my mom has been, she's been through a lot in life. She had a breast cancer when I was at college, and we did not have money. And she had cancer, and like poverty and cancer together, it's disgusting. Honestly, it was very hard, and I was very numb. I couldn't give emotions to these events of my life, and I was just always praying. And inshallah, يصير معي مصاري أو إن شاء الله يصير معي يعني financial resources for me to give her the life that I dream of her having. So it doesn't matter. ممكن أنا أصير bigger than Enrique Iglesias. It will not feel better than me doing all of this to my mom right now.
أكيد.
Never. Like if you would tell me now, would you want to be the biggest singer in the world or take care of your mom and show her the entire world? I would definitely go for the second option.
أكيد.
Because we're all gonna die, man. Life is, money's gonna go, success is gonna go. Michael Jackson died. The only thing that Michael Jackson took personally, he took from this world is the good moments he had with his family and whatever he had, because he gave. But what did he take? You know?
آخرة النهار you're gonna be on your deathbed and في شغل يعني مش لا حتتذكر المصاري لا حتتذكر السكسس, حتتذكر هول القراب اللي بسطتهم لأن حدك اللي هي أمك. the good memory هيدا يعني وقت تكون هيدا اللي حتفكر فيه, وإن شاء الله التقى معهم بدك afterlife or whatever it is. فبس بدي أقول سلامة قلبها أمك. I hope she's better.
She's been cancer free for the past 12 years. So
الحمد لله, وإن شاء الله لبقوت حياتها cancer free
إن شاء الله.
يعني بدي أسألك كمان شيء هيك a bit different. عندك شيء خوف من أنه شغلة تصير بالحياة? It could be for example your next song not working out. It could be something much more deeper than that, like a huge fear that you don't want it to come potentially.
Losing one of my parents. I think we're all gonna die, I think, eventually, and I try not to think about it. I try not to think of death. بحاول نفكر بالموت بشكل عام. But losing one of my parents would be the biggest fear. Actually, برجع بقول لك المصاري would go.
كله بيروح.
Everything would go. يعني I'll give you an example. In a second, something that's less than positive can come out about me in the media, and then the entire world will switch, and I would be a hated person. I would be whatever. I would be judged publicly. I would be whatever. But your home, your family, your aunts, your people, your uncles, people that actually love you, people that loved you when you were a kid going to college with $3 in your pocket. These people that showed you love back then, they're still here with me today. And I value my relationships with them. Like, my family time comes first to anything. Like, my family members that I know I'm not going to Syria, but I fly them here and I see them and I go shopping with them and I live good life with them. And because this is the only real thing, And I hope to become more successful. I hope to have success. But if a song عملتها أغنية عملتها أو movie أو مسلسل نزلوا ما نجح, who cares? I'm gonna stand on my feet again. I'm gonna do it. But if I lose one of the people I love, or I see someone sick, you would give your entire. How many presidents have we seen? Presidents that were leading the world, they got sick, and they just left.
100% القراب منك أهم شيء.
100%.
وسام, أنت وعم تكبر بالكارير تاعيتك, at some point in one of your previous interviews you mentioned you had a difficult character ما بعرف while you were growing up that's
Walid, you watched all my like even I forgot about that's true.
يعني أنا بس I'm mentioning this point because إنه في كمان كتير عالم برا بركي إنه عم بيكبروا وعم ينجحوا بس بينسوا حالهم إنه خلص بيتاخدوا بالشخصية اللي عم بيصيروها وبينسوا موضوع كتير مهم اللي هو الهامبلنس. فإنه كيف لاحظت إنه كنت you're heading maybe a direction you shouldn't had how did you fix it how did you
بعتقد إنه كل إنسان بالحياة فينا like you him
أكيد.
me everybody we all go through moments where when we succeed at anything بس نحس حالنا عم ننجح there's عندك ego this is something you can control but it's so hard to control. Imagine this, you coming from nothing, from people telling you that you sound bad, you look bad, you whatever, you're poor, you don't have anything, and then a year after انت عندك غنية مع successful record label, you're doing TV interviews. Like I got to a point where I'm doing 5 to 6 TV interviews a week. Like I'm tired. Like I didn't have even clothes because I didn't have a stylist back then. I didn't even have clothes to wear. Like I'm attention. When that attention comes on you, you start to process the traumas you got from the past. لحظات you were rejected, لحظات that you were whatever, and it comes out in a bad way. It comes out إنك شايف حالك على العالم. It comes out in kind of resentment, in kind of hate to the surroundings. يعني ممكن أنا أكون جاي أعمل معكم interview and I'm sitting like this. Yeah. Because I'm processing عقد نفسية وإشياء صارت معي قبل. Like I'm processing so much pain, so much trauma along the way. So I'm not graceful about it because I'm a kid. So I got to a point where when I started my career where I have attention, I have a record label doing stuff for me. I'm making, instead of like my mom asking me to send her $200 a month, هدول like to survive on them. I'm making, for example, let's say an amount of whatever, thousands a month, like that I don't even need because everything else is covered, right? You get to a point where you feel better than everybody because you've always felt low. دايما كنت تحس حالك أقل من العالم وهلأ you feel like, oh, I'm better than everybody, so I'm gonna have to treat them bad because they treated me bad. بدي أشوف حالي على العالم. أنا one time I came on a music video set. I want you to know set 2014, I guess. That was 2 years into my career. And I was acting really bad to everybody on set. I had such a bad character. I was not bad, but like very demanding, very annoying. And who the hell was I? كنت حدا عنده غنيتين يمكن or whatever, and not that no, you know what I mean? Yeah. But I felt the attention. I felt like I'm on a set and people are shooting a music video. والغنية عملت بهوليوود مع Brian Todd, one of the biggest producers there back in the day, and whatever. So I felt like, oh, I'm better than everybody because I was processing traumas.
Exactly. Yeah.
أو inferiority complex, عقدة نقص من الشيء اللي ما كان عندي قبل. So I get there, and my manager back in the day, he's my best friend now, of course. He sent me an email after I went back home, and he trashed me. Like, he said things. He's like, you're not Mariah Carey yet. Why are you talking like this to people? You spoke not in a very nice way to everybody on set. You were this, you were that, you were like... He said a lot of things. And he just kind of woke me up. I'm like, wow.
Wake up call.
Because I'm not a bad person. بعتقد إنه أنا شخص بحب العالم. I respect everybody. That's how I was raised. أهلي ربوني كتير منيح. I'm very compassionate. بحب العالم. أنا إذا شفت حدا محتاج على الطريق أو هي, I cry. I'm that compassionate to people. So why was I doing this? He woke me up. I had that support system حوالي اللي wake up. This is wrong. وبتوعى حالك وبتقول oh my god, I was going through a sick spiral. I was getting sick. When you snap out of it, you see things differently. You see the real world. You see that this is a career that you have to be successful in. The light in this career is fake as hell. It can go at any minute. Focus on the content. Focus on the music. Focus on making people happy. Focus on performing and having thousands of people sing your song and be one of these people. And then, you know, things, the entire perspective change.
أكيد. المهم لاحظت على حالك, you know what I mean? في عالم أنه خلص, they think everything they're doing is okay, it's fine, it's right. بس you noticed on yourself you took the right steps لا ترجع على الطريق المضبوط which you are هلا amazing humble جاي قاعد معنا
come on. Like I'm still on that journey, you're on that journey, we're all on that journey. Like unless like I don't want you to think that I really think too highly of myself now. Anyway, I respect what I do. I love my music. I look at my portfolio. I'm like, I'm proud.
أكيد.
Regardless of
Which
what
you should be. أكيد.
I'm proud. لو شو ما يقولوا العالم بيحبوا الأغاني ما بيحبوا الأغاني.
You know
whatever.
yourself.
I am proud at this body of work that I've done. I've worked so hard for it. And the success it got, I deserve it. But am I remotely close to where I want to be? No. And you will get that yourself. Like هلا في عمر فرق بعمر بيننا بس انتوا بعدكم صغار كتير. بس the more you approach your dream, be always proud of it. بس never ما تشوفوا حالكم ما تحسوا حالكم أحسن من العالم. If there's another person having a podcast, support that person. Trust me, it's not going to take anything out of your way. It's not gonna. You're going to be successful. Success is for everybody. For every other singer, for everybody.
I always say it, it doesn't have to be or. It can be and. Like this and this. It doesn't have to be or. As long as you do your due diligence and like you're a positive person, you will attract this positivity. Because at the end of the day, we're trying to influence people in a positive way.
Of course, unless somebody is trying to throw you under the bus and actually attack you, you're gonna have to stand up for yourself.
Force will come into play.
Wissam,
speaking of influencing people, I wanted to know who's like the most influential person you had in your life, maybe on a personal level or like a mentor on a professional level.
That's a good question. I think it's just like a bit of everybody. You learn from everybody. Was there a person that actually influenced me so much growing up? No. And I don't know if this is a good thing or a bad thing, but I think I took bits and pieces from everybody that I thought was actually good enough for me to take from. Like a lot of people, like it would be very unfair to mention one name, two names, three names. No. But like I always get attracted to success. Like growing up, this is for you guys. I always associated myself with the rich and successful. Always. Not that there is anything wrong with being poor, but I was poor. I don't need more poverty in my life. You know what I mean? I needed to have people that are more educated than I am. بيفهموا أكتر. If I'm 6, they're 7. Always better. Because worst case scenario, I'll go to the 7, I'll get to their place, or at least not gonna go down. But I never had friends that are lower, right? And usually money comes with success. Like if you're successful, most of the time, professionally, money comes with it. And everything attracts everything. Just try to have friends that are passionate, smart, positive, successful, or aspiring to success. You know what I mean? See the success in their personality. When you sit next to them, you feel there's passion,
hungry,
there's something that needs to happen. You don't want to sit with people that have small talks. You don't want to sit with people that only talk about drinking and going out and party. By the way, the first 10 years in Dubai, I did not really go out, party, and did anything. I was focusing on the making music videos, trying to establish myself. I didn't care. And look at me now. I'm in my early 30s.
Still very young.
I'm very young. And I go out, I have fun, I see my friends, I party, I travel, and I'm very young. But I do have certain level of success at my career that would sustain the fun I have. Rather than just being stuck in a corporate job for your entire life, getting this baked, like هذا طعم بيطعموك
هيدا عن جد طعم مخدر
you stay in that corporate job and then you don't do anything in your life. Always try to leave that circle at whatever you love to do, and it's gonna be hard, and you're gonna have moments where you're not gonna have money, you're gonna feel solo, but focus and know what you want. Don't go into a billion ways all at once.
مظبوط. هلا لنحكي شوي about the future كمان. You also previously mentioned انه عم تعمل غنية بالعربي.
Many songs.
Yeah,
house.
house كمان.
House, yeah, with Egyptian dialect.
Wow.
Yeah.
وإمتى we can expect to
spring, let's say. Now we're recording and shooting music videos, so let's say spring. I'm gonna show you a music video privately when we're off.
Deal.
خلاص. Perfect. Amazing. وهولي it's deep بالعربي مزبوط. Is there also لا هيدا اللي مع جاد شويري.
جواد شويري. صورت غنية مع جاد شويري وكريم نحاس.
Okay. وهيدا كمان spring بيطلع.
Spring, yeah. راح تكون الغنية this one is more like Egyptian pop with a taste of some house music in the middle of it مع توزيع الرائع سليمان دميان. So this one is gonna be like kind of like more مقسوم على house, but the rest of the songs are gonna be like purely pop/house.
I cannot wait for the house.
I cannot wait for it to come out. I'm really excited.
Wissam, just before we wrap up.
Wissam.
Sorry, man. Sorry. لا, because
I have a problem with Wissam.
One of my best friends is called Wissam. So دايما إنه Wissam.
It's not gonna
Anyways,
work.
I'm sorry.
It's not gonna
Wissam.
work. It's just said Wissam.
Wissam, just before we wrap up the segment and we move to the trivia segment, what one advice would you give to an upcoming singer?
This is very heavy. شوف, I don't have life figured out yet. I don't know if I broke into this career because I was lucky or because I was hardworking or because what factors made me actually penetrate the market. I don't know. But I can tell you something for sure. If you love what you do, if you focus and you know what your strength points are and your weak points are, you would do it right. For example, if you have, we all agree that the content should be good, the music should be good. Apart from the music, you should think of the market, the music video, how you want to be promoted, how you want to brand yourself, be different. Look at Wigs in Egypt. Wigs is unique, but Wigs is just another boy you can see like in the street. You know what he did? He was himself and went out. He did not look at other singers and try to do something successful that they're doing so he can succeed. No. And this is something I tell myself every day. I'm making music. I'm like, is this gonna work? But I look at another song at the charts, like it's success. Oh, but my song is not gonna work. No, just be original. Look like you, sound like you, do you, have confidence, have a personality, and then it would work. But I cannot tell a person that doesn't have a personality to actually do things like people that actually have presence, you know? So just know what you're strong at and what you're weak at and maximize on your strength points.
I think that's a perfect advice.
That's in everything in life.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Wissam,
thank you for this advice. قبل ما ننهيها نحن we do هيك a trivia. It's random general questions about everything and anything.
Cool.
6 questions just for fun.
All right.
Yeah, let's see if they're difficult or easy. يعني. So some guests don't get any, some guests that get 3, 4. So let's see.
Start.
I'm gonna start with 3, then Maher will do 3. The first one. Who said float like a butterfly, sting like a bee?
Float like a
butterfly and sting like a bee. I'll give you a hint. He's a boxer.
I'm not good with the box.
Muhammad Ali.
I should have just like...
Yeah, you should have just like a boxer.
Okay, cool.
Okay. What is the only fruit, I think only fruit, yeah, that has its seeds on the outside?
Oh, I should know that one. On the outside.
On the outside.
The seed.
Yeah, I can give you a hint also.
Strawberry?
Yes, what
Oh my God, that's amazing.
That's a very good answer, Sarah.
Because I never heard it. You know, I remember that the seed, like the tiny things were like outside. Yeah?
Exactly.
And I eat them.
Yeah, everyone eats them. بس انه برافو عليك. Very, very good answer.
Maybe we should give him 2 points for this.
هيدا 10 خلص. What's the most populated city in the United States?
Any hints? Make it hard, it's fine.
I'll give you a hint. It's on the east,
you have a personal
East Coast. East Coast.
Personal experience
LA?
with.
I said East, right?
East.
East. New York.
Yes,
New York.
exactly.
No, okay.
I thought I said west. Sorry if I did.
Do I get a point?
هول كله points. يلا go ahead.
So the fourth question. What vitamin does the sun's ultraviolet rays help the skin produce?
What vitamins?
Does the sun's ultraviolet rays help?
Sun.
Yeah.
شو بيطلع لك فيتامين exactly.
Perfect.
عشان يمون عم جيبون
No, because I really take good care of my skin. My skin doesn't look good today, but like, I take good care of it.
Okay, fifth question. What is the most consumed manufactured drink in the world? Most consumed manufactured.
I think I know.
Come on. You're on a street.
It's either, don't tell me if it's right or wrong, but I think manufactured.
يعني مش water basically.
No, I know.
Consumed manufactured drink.
It's either Coke or beer.
لا.
I'm afraid that's not the answer. It's tea.
It's tea. شاي.
أنا رحت فورا like mixer.
Yeah.
بس مش بعيد كمان.
And the final question, Wissam. What river runs through Paris?
Oh, I love it. Sin.
Yes, and exactly.
'Cause, like-
Man, you got so many right, by the way.
No, because like when I was with my mom in Paris, when I travel, I look at the water. I'm like, how deep is this in? And I go Google it. Like I Google the most random things that could ever come to your mind. So yeah, and then my mom was Googling something else about it. I like to know, like, how deep is it?
Yeah,
Guess
I
how
mean, it
deep.
is interesting.
Guess how deep it gets.
Curious.
Like in kilometers or meters, you mentioned
Kilometers,
it.
is it?
Kilometers.
It's a river.
Oh, it's a river. Okay, like I don't know, maybe
How deep?
How deep?
I don't know.
Deep.
Just
تقريبا
throw a number. It's a river in the middle of the city.
Meters.
meters.
Whomever is closer to
meet
the
meter?
answer, you win.
235.
انت 100 متر معقول طيب؟
كثير 100 متر. لا أنا I'm not
شو 100 متر
visualizing it.
سي بعمق البحر اذا صار 100 متر.
No, I'm not visualizing it right.
أنا 235 حس أقرب.
Yeah, it gets to up to 8 meters.
8 meters.
8 meters is a lot, by the way. It's like 3
أنا
floors.
أنا وياك 100 متر.
أنا إنه هيك متر يعني تقريبا
100
لا.
متر لا.
No, but it's يعني this room is like maybe 3 meters.
هالقوطة تقريبا شيء
3
3 4.
Yeah, so like
خلص فتنا بالحيط. It's deep.
Perfect.
Wissam, thank you كتير على اليوم.
such an
يعني
amazing
we enjoyed it a lot. I hope you did. I'm sure our viewers guessed it a lot. نحن دائما آخر البودكاست نقول let's have.
Yeah, but today we didn't tell them to subscribe.
تعرف عن جد نسينا نقول لهم subscribe. Guys, do not forget to subscribe.
Higher
نرجع
Take,
نذكرهم.
YouTube, we're on Instagram, soon on Snapchat, TikTok, Shorts, everywhere. So make sure to subscribe to Higher Take.
يلا and have a higher take on life. Wissam,
guys.
thank you so much.
thank you so much. I loved being with you today, and it was
The
such
feeling
a
is
good
mutual,
weekend.
Wissam. Yeah.
Thank you guys.
Amazing.
Cheers.